Today I am going to do a video about Candice Dillard. She is from Real Housewives of Potomac. I don't really watch that show like that, but I do know she's one of the main characters. I will consider her to be a little bit more infamous and famous just based off the small clips I saw her literally getting into a fight with one of the women on the show. She's always arguing and spewing out hateful comments. Not saying that any of the other women on the show are better, but I'm just speaking on the clips that I've seen of her since she is the topic of discussion today. So she is currently trending on the blogs for saying that she doesn't want light-skinned children despite being married to a white man. If you haven't had a chance to check out the video, I'm going to go ahead and insert it here.
I think I will say, I do have a fear of having light-skinned children.
Ooh.
I want my kids to be brown.
Yeah.
But they're probably not going to be brown.
Yeah.
And I'm like becoming okay
You
with
might
it.
have a demo.
I will be very happy.
Yeah, so after seeing that video, I was literally confused because, again, as you can see in the thumbnail, her husband is white. And her husband is also a Dusty, by the way. I guess from the little bit that I've gathered about her, she is a black, unambiguous woman who comes from a more privileged background where her mom pretty much financially took care of her up until she got married, and probably even still to this day, because I heard that her husband was some type of chef or cook of some sort. Definitely not on the same financial level as herself. But I want to address a deeper issue. I feel like sometimes when these black women divest, which is their prerogative, they want to somehow hold on to this weird allegiance to the black community by proving that they're still down with us. And I feel like this saying that she said of not wanting light-skinned children is just her way of trying to somehow prove to the black community that she's still with us. You chose to date and marry and maybe one day procreate with a white man, which is fine. And we know that produces biracial children. Similar to the woman, by the way, that she seems to have the most issues with on the show, Ashley Derby in particular. I also feel like this is low-key a shot at her because she's trying to say, oh, I don't want children that look similar to my biggest enemy on the show, so that people can low-key start to put together that all this anger that I have towards her could simply be jealousy, which I think it is. Now, I am of a darker shade, and I don't believe that all darker shade black women are jealous of light-skinned women. But if you're going out of your way to get a nose job, allegedly, get blonde weave that kind of has a looser, either straight or you put curls in it sometimes, but it's not your hair texture, the way you do your makeup, the cosmetic surgery that you decided to get, allegedly a boob job, you and Ashley you're basically mimicking kind of how she looks naturally. And I feel like if she did have light-skinned children, she wouldn't be able to psychologically separate between her children and the women that she grew up hating the most, because she wanted to have closer proximity to them, maybe so she can have more access to white men. But even with all her privilege, all of her beauty that she feels like she may or may not have deep down, but what she decides to verbalize is that she feels like she's a very beautiful woman, which, by the way, I do think she's beautiful. The best she could get is some dusty, lower-class white man, while Ashley, on the other hand, before her divorce, even though her husband was older, he was a multimillionaire. So that just goes to show the levels right there. And I also feel like she wouldn't mind not only having light-skinned children just for the access that they may get her, she also wouldn't mind having completely white passing children, because she is basically a white woman with dark skin. Her ideologies are similar to white women, the way she decides to live her life, again, who she decided to marry. but her deep down hatred for biracial or lighter skinned women, even if you're not mixed, won't allow her to admit that there is some secret jealousy and hatred that she has for light-skinned women. Maybe she felt like these women always got the man again that she wanted. It seems like she could be male-centered. I also feel like because she feels like her privilege didn't give her the access that she feels like she deserves, that she needs. I don't know. This video is just going to be short and sweet, but I just found it to be absolutely ridiculous that you go off, you marry a white man, but you don't want to have light-skinned children when we know how biology works. Now, again, your kids you can be half black, half white. You could be dark skin, light skin, brown in the middle. You could be white passing. So, but 9 times out of 10, your children are going to have a looser curl pattern and be of a lighter skin tone. So I just find it to be absolutely ridiculous. But again, leave your comments down below and let me know what you think. Until next time, see ya.